Hey guys, Caleb Gusner here, Duckett Ladd, Dental CPAs and Advisors, bring you another video in our Acquisitions Academy. I often get asked, how do I determine or value the transferability of a dental practice to myself as a buyer? And there's two big aspects to this that I tend to focus on when determining if a practice is transferable to a client. And the first aspect of this is, can my client, the buyer, match the current production level of the seller? So you really need to ask yourself as a potential buyer, what is my current production level? Can I match the seller's current production level? If you can, that's great. The practice is easily transferable to you in terms of the value of the practice. If you're able to produce as much as the current seller is, you can typically expect in a vacuum that you're going to be able to produce the same numbers in terms of top line collections and net cash flow as the seller. The second aspect of this is, can my client, the buyer, match the type of production that the seller is currently doing? So can my buyer do the same procedures as what the seller does? If you can't, well, that's where we run into issues of in terms of transferability. If the seller is doing a lot of high dollar, hard, clinical work, and I have a client who's fresh out of dental school, maybe doesn't quite know all the procedures the seller does, well, that practice is not as easily transferable to the buyer. They're not going to be able to produce the same type of work. They're not going to get the same compensation as the seller is. So really that devalues the dental practice to the buyer. I'm not saying that it devalues the practice as a whole, but to my client, the buyer, it does devalue that practice. As always, guys, if you have any questions for me, go to our website, duckettladd.com, fill out a work together form. Love to chat with you, and we'll talk soon.